Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Reverend Ardo, and this is the Anonymous Mando'Ade Network. Now, on my other channel, the Anonymous Republic Network, I talked about the evolution of Call of Duty. Now, I'm here on my channel with 48 subscribers. Now, this time I'm going one of Call of Duty versus Battlefield. What's the one difference between both of them? Now, the one difference, there may be more between Call of Duty and Battlefield. Okay, this week I got a chance to play Battlefield 1, where it takes place during World War One, and Battlefield 5, where it takes place during World War II. So I'm sitting here playing, and there is a few differences between Call of Duty and Battlefield, because the thing is, I've played Call of Duty since PlayStation 2. And there were a few games I played that I played and really liked. Never played Battlefield, but I have this week. And I tell you what, there's no difference, because as you're playing Battlefield, you're learning about the historical moments in history of that time. Call of Duty doesn't do that. They don't do that. When I got done playing Battlefield 1, there's an epilogue. Right? There's 5 different stories in Battlefield, right? 5 separate stories that kind of blew me away. I mean, I could say the game metaphorically knocked my socks off, right? Metaphorically. And it dabbles in historical time, and so I'm sitting here, I'm playing, and I'm getting my mind just on the graphics, the story, the gameplay, the whole thing. I'm like, dude, how come Call of Duty doesn't do this? Because Battlefield 1 had 5 different stories. 5 different stories. Really good stories. It's like each story was a chapter. It's like Battlefield was a book. It's like you're reading while playing. You're reading. You're visually reading while playing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Call of Duty is fun. It's really cool, but Battlefield, it's kind of like, what's better, Android or iOS? I don't know. It's like Hot Wheels or Matchbox, right? Fuck. So I'm sitting here. I'm thinking, okay, this is nuts. This is nuts. Okay, really nuts here. And I finished Battlefield 5, which takes place during World War II. And I'm like, dude, man. Um, I'm really starting to like Battlefield. You know, and again, don't get me wrong. Call of Duty is pretty cool. I like it, but I like Battlefield because of like it explains the historical factor in the chapters as in a game. And I want this video to be a talking piece and a talking point with my viewers. I want you guys to get along. I want you guys to come along and talk about why is Call of Duty better than Battlefield, or why is Battlefield better than Call of Duty? Now, like because there's there's so many differences between the franchise, right? I like Call of Duty because it has that um, I don't know what, but Battlefield has when I played 1 and 5, World War I and World War II, it's like okay, this is something that is really, really amazing. And its whole story is like chapter one, chapter two, chapter three, chapter four, chapter five. Then there's the epilogue. And the epilogue, like the epilogue of Battlefield 1, right? France and England reneged on the country's independence. They reneged on it. France and England reneged. Is over the oil till this day. World War I didn't start because of French Ferdinand getting shot and shit. It was a powder keg waiting to fucking happen. Like, like dude, like what the fuck, man, So I'm playing this and like you learn something that you weren't that you didn't know, that nobody probably know until because during that time it was called the silent generation, the silent era. 1900 to 1945, that was the better generation. It was, in my opinion. you know but I'm Gen X. I'm from the badass generation, the lost generation. Gen X has always been the lost generation. you know we were the generation that raised ourselves. We raised ourselves. Shit. um you know Shit. But I want this video to be the absolute talking piece with not just myself, but with everybody that sees us. I want to have this as a talking piece, talking point, and why some players who play Call of Duty thinks, oh, it's better than Battlefield. Now I want to hear from the Battlefield players who say why Battlefield is better than Call of Duty and why it's better. Because I think this is the best discussion ever, in my opinion. I'm a Call of Duty guy that played Battlefield 1 and 5, a World War I era, World War II era. And I tell you what, um, the only difference between these two games is the flamethrower guys. The flamethrower guys, man. Um, the flamethrower guys is a pain in the ass. Okay, pain in the ass. I came across these flamethrower guys where shooting flame like they just farted and then let out a nasty ass. No, these liver guys in both games are like, what the fuck, dude? Like shit. What am I, a fucking rose river? Shit, dude, no. But the only way to kill these flamethrower guys is that you have to aim for the backpack. Okay? The backpack. Shoot at the backpack, right? And when you fire a backpack, there's this little all of a sudden you see the guy go, do this, do this. And all of a sudden, boom! Their barbecue butt crack. Flaming butthole on the ground. But it is I'm like I'm laughing because I'm like first time facing a flamethrower guy, and I got this World War I era sniper rifle, right? And I'm a Aussie dude who's trying to capture this one area, one location. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm facing 2, 3 flaming flamer thing, and I'm like try to get 2 good shots, and try to hit the backpack. And now this is during World War I, and it's like, fuck, man, the technology, shit, man. So I'm like, get one good shot at the backpack guy, the flamethrower guy, pink, managed to hit it. He's like this. Flame come out of his backpack like he's blowing a rectal flamethrower or whatnot. And all of a sudden, boom! The guy's on the ground. He's probably there thinking, why did I shoot the flame? Why can I just get a rifle? Knowing that I'm going to be the biggest target, even though I'm shooting a flame out of my ass. Well, even during World War II, they had flamethrowers. What the fuck? I'm surprised they didn't do a Vietnam, or Korea. Matter of fact, so far the games that I've seen in wars was like the Civil War, World War I, World War II. That's it. The History Channel had a couple games during that time. This was like during the mid late 2000s. History Channel had the Civil War and Vietnam. Civil War and Vietnam. And I really love the graphics of the Civil War and Vietnam. These were ahead of their time. Should have been on a Call of Duty game. Treyarch should have collaborated with the History Channel, and because dude, really cool graphics of the time. Okay, these were 3D or 3D CGI kind of thing, at the time. This was like 05 to 2009 during that period, and I own a couple of games that were part of the Civil War that were from the History Channel, and now GameStop or Amazon or whatever, the companies removed the games because of the flag, but if the company that makes the Battlefield games, World War I, World War II, Civil War for one, I think that'll be a really good area to tackle. Cold War would be nice too. The Cold War, I know, Call of Duty touched that, but here's the thing: Call of Duty also touched World War II. Most of the games they had were World War II. And Cold War. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Which is one of my favorites is Cold War. Cold War. Because it took place right around the year 1981. The year that MTV in 1981, MTV came out, right? MTV. And then not just that, the show The Young Ones came out in England. It was one of the satire shows that led the way for Kids in the Hall and The Wildest Kids You Know. These were shows that were done by college kids that, Rick Mayall, who played Drop Dead Fred in the early 90s, a legendary, great legend. He'll be missed. He's the one that came out with the show, The Young Ones, which takes place during the Cold War, at the time. And it tackled a lot of shit, too. Like, dude, man. And I miss that time because everything was different. The fashion was better. The music was better. Everything was better that time because you didn't have this bullshit, right? You didn't have this nonsense, You didn't have what was it? Where's that? Where's that? You didn't have these. These weren't a distraction. These back in the 80s would be about around $2,000 in anyone and the early 80s money. These here, shit, $400, man. $400 and plus, all that shit. And the thing is, you got to really think what made me really like Battlefront 1 and 5 is the it's the way the game was set, right? The game was set, okay? The game was set like it had 5 chapters and an epilogue. That's the perfect. Oh, dude, Battlefield games I played, each was like a chapter, right? Then the epilogue, okay? To me, that is the perfect way. Call of Duty doesn't do that. They do the whole storyline, that bullshit. But the way Battlefield is set is just absolute. It's just very, very absolute, very absolute. Perfect. I liked it. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely good. Great, man. Shit. I tip my hats off to the guys that created Battlefield 1 and 5. Like, dude, perfect. Beautiful. And I mean, just the idea, each was a chapter to a story, man. Chapter 1, chapter 2, like, then the epilogue. I love the epilogue idea. You guys at Battlefield? Oh man, dude. Great way to put in the epilogue. We need the epilogue, man. The epilogue is perfect, man, because it pretty much ties up every chapter and it tells you to your face, man. The epilogue tells you to your face that, hey, dude. But I'm gonna play another Battlefield here in a bit, but I want to make it short here because I want to share my thoughts are the one difference between Call of Duty and Battlefield. And I just did that. Okay, I just did that in different ways. Um, I I'm not gonna I'm not going to take it back. I'm gonna keep it as is. It's like, what's better, Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront from the 360 era, or the Battlefront in the Xbox One slash S and X era? Don't matter. They're both good games. You know, what's better, Call of Duty or Battlefield? I don't know. I've played Call of Duty for a long time. I barely started to play Battlefield. I tell you what, I love the epilogue. Okay, I really do. The epilogue is like a nut punch, man. Like a straight up. It's like the epilogue in Battlefield is like it's giving you the verbal, metaphorical nut punch, man. Dude, fuck yeah. So to all you Battlefield and Call of Duty guys and chicks, hey, come on here. Hey, I want this video to be a fucking piece with everybody here. And I tell you what, I'm gonna do a part 2 next week. And I tell you what, dude, um, both Battlefield 1 and 5, man. I tell you what, this is. I mean, I don't know, right? My name is Reverend Ordo. And if you guys are new to this channel, like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and always live healthy, happy lives. I love you guys. And I'll see you all in the next broadcast. Peace out. Godspeed. Buddha bless.